Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Our winter blast is not over yet. There's still more snow on the way, along with strong winds and blowing and drifting overnight. Blizzard conditions are still possible for some. This is video from storm chaser Eric Whitehill near Sanford Hospital and Veterans Boulevard in South Fargo. He's monitoring conditions for us and finding those who need to venture out tonight are getting stuck. The North Dakota DOT has issued a no travel advisory for Jamestown, Valley City, Wahpeton, Fargo, Grand Forks, and surrounding areas due to icy road conditions and reduced visibility. Also in Minnesota, there's a no travel advisory on Highway 20 in Norman County between Highways 9 and 75 because of blowing snow causing whiteout conditions. Let's get the latest now from Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Hutch.
It's been a very busy day of weather across the region, and many of us sticking at home, and some of the strongest wind gusts are taking place now. Our roof rattled, our power was interrupted here briefly at the station. 56-mile-per-hour wind gusts, peak gusts reported so far in Grand Forks, with an unofficial report of 59.8 miles per hour, so almost 60-mile-per-hour gusts there across the Northern Valley, and we've hit 50 here in the last hour and a half in the Fargo area. The snow is beginning to come to an end slowly from north to south, but the most concentrated band continues from southeast North Dakota into northeast South Dakota and Lakes Country. Where you see the deeper blue colors, there's likely some more significant accumulations, but by and large, things are beginning to wrap up with the snowfall, but the wind is still ripping out there, and it will continue to gust well over 40 miles per hour well into the wee hours of the morning before things start to quiet down in the midday. Snowfall from now until morning, a trace to 3 inches in the far south and southeast. That includes Lakes Country out there. And snowfall reports, we probably won't get a lot of updates until the morning on these. Some of these you saw earlier, but 11 inches in and around the Fergus Falls area. And our latest measurement here at Valley News Live, 8.9 inches. We did get a report of 11 in Moorhead. So conditions are quite horrible out there. The blizzard warning continues, and it's going to take all night for crews to get caught up on mainly the main roads and side streets, but definitely dangerous travel continues. It will improve. I'll tell you when. And talk about the cold air following this blizzard here in just a few minutes.
And we just heard from Eric Whitehill a short time ago. He said it's getting really bad out there.
That's it, indeed.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
Our winter storm coverage continues. Valley News Team's reporter Joshua Pagero joins us live now from 52nd Avenue and Veterans in Fargo with the latest conditions. Joshua, not a lot of people out there at this time of night, but if they are, they might be getting stuck.
Andrea, and out here visibility is so low. It's so hard just being out here. Like the wind, it's just the wind combined with the snow that's just blowing. It's just really hard. But we saw my photographer and I. We were out here. We saw a few cars get stuck on the road. Again, as you said, we're at the intersection of 52nd Avenue South and Veterans Boulevard South. We saw a few cars get stuck. Fortunately, they managed to get out. But also, we spoke to Fargo Public Works. Now, early this afternoon, they told us that we're not plowing some of the residential areas, but that's changed now. They stopped plowing the main streets, what they call primary and secondary emergency snow routes. They've stopped that. And for overnight, all tonight, they're going to focus on residential areas. One thing they did tell us was to be careful along Southwest Fargo, this area. They said they're having serious troubles with drifting. So again, just be careful along Southwest Fargo. And Andrea, we're going to send this back to you.
All right, thanks, Joshua, for that live report. State, county, and city snowplows have been working around the clock the last 2 days to keep the roads as clear as possible in this winter storm. Authorities say crews will continue their 24/7 routes until this second round of snowfall has finally made its way out of the area. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley got a behind-the-scenes look at what goes on when those plows hit the roads when the snow starts to fall.
This is the worst winter storm Todd Vangerud has seen so far in his 3 years with the city of Fargo, but he's loving every second of it. Well, most of it.
People that are impatient, there's always cars that try to pass us. But the parked cars are kind of a pain, but do your best, take it slow around the the avenues and the streets to get around the cars safely.
Vangerud adds that misconceptions about pre-treating the roads brings more drivers to the streets, which can make his job more difficult.
Everybody thinks that once that brine is on the road, that all the snow should melt instantly. That's not the case. It's just, it makes it easier for us to take it off the road.
He started his 12-hour shift around 7 this morning, plowing the snowy residential streets in North Fargo.
And we're not always the fan favorites of all the residents, but we're trying to do our best. As long as they do realize that the snow has to come off the road and go somewhere, we all get along.
Saying he'd move to the main roads up north as the storm got worse.
Sit back and wait. Try to keep the main arteries open.
Hoping that the number of drivers on the road dwindles as this shift and the storm go on.
It's going to be dangerous for us to be driving around and to worry about everybody else. It's not worth it.
In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
And remember, if a snowplow is in front of you, to keep a good amount of distance, and don't pass a plow unless the driver motions you to do so. If you have a closing that you'd like to report, just head to our website, valleynewslive.com. On the right side, you'll see a yellow box that says Request Closings Login. We've circled it there for you in red. That link will take you to a form that will allow you to submit your business closing. Slick roads, spin-outs, and wetness seem to be the main themes across North Dakota and Minnesota. Many people are being advised to stay off the roads if possible, but folks at the Douglas Area Trail Association are diving plow first into the snow. Sharon Yu is in Alexandria with more.
We right now have our 03 groomer coming down the trail.
Don't ask Jeff Lynn if he's upset about standing in ankle-deep snow.
Finally, I feel like it hasn't snowed since I've been in high school, which is a long time. Start rolling.
Lynn loves it and is hoping for some more, along with even colder temperatures.
This is terrible to say, but hopefully it doesn't turn 45 degrees next week.
The director of the Douglas Area Trail Association spends his Thursday in a trail groomer, perhaps the only person in the world who would want his day to get busier.
5-6 years since we actually were actually busy grooming. I don't consider 3 days here, 3 days there busy.
Jumping at the first chance to create ideal snowmobiling conditions, Lynn says people have been itching to ride.
It's great. I don't know the numbers as far as people in Douglas County that own snowmobiles, but I know there's a lot.
And a lot is good enough for folks with the Trail Association to start preparing for a wild ride of a season.
Gorgeous country to go out and see, go for a ride. I like to go out early morning and see the wildlife. It's a great time.
Lynn says if the weather cooperates, they'll be able to open the trails fully groomed by early next week. Savannahs Act passed the Senate unanimously but got held up in the House. And the sponsor, North Dakota's U.S. Senator Heidi Heitkamp, is leaving Washington without seeing the bill become law. It would create a more uniform law enforcement approach in cases of missing or murdered Indigenous women. But Heitkamp says a Republican colleague, Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, has promised to lead the effort to get the bill passed after the new Congress convenes. No one in North Dakota has used the program yet, but the roadside assistance company, AAA, offers free rides and car tows up to 10 miles to anyone who is too intoxicated to drive safely on holidays. That includes New Year's Eve. As part of the Tow to Go program, the company will drive anyone and tow their car up to 10 miles if they're unable to.
Our ultimate goal is to ensure that people are getting home safely, that the roads are safe for everyone using those roads, and that we don't see any loss of life during our holiday seasons.
To get more information on the Tow to Go program, you can call 855-286-9246. Later on Valley News Live at 10.